Hello, my name is Gus, but you can call me BATGUS, and we are back with our Batman, the animated series commentary. Episodes commentary, right? So, today's episode is gonna be a very special one, like I promised in the previous video. Today is probably one of the best, if not the best, episode of this animation. An episode called Perchance to Dream, which will feature, well, we will talk about it during the episode. No spoilers for now. But, as usual, let's do our countdown so we can start to watch the episode together if you have your DVD box set or your Blu-ray box set or Batman the Animated Series in your streaming service. Alright? So let me do the countdown in 3, 2, 1, let's go! So the Warner Bros. Logo is on the screen. And like I said, Perchance to Dream is probably my favorite, I guess, episode of the animation. And it is one of the episodes that is considered the best in the show, right? Probably it will be in the top 10 lists that YouTube channels do around and other lists because its plot and narrative are simply superb. It really messes with the idea of reality and it takes the viewer in a very strange journey along with Batman. So it's not just a casual episode where Batman is facing some villain or unraveling some plot, like for example the last episode of Poison Ivy. This one, it really goes inside the mind of the Batman and takes us in a very, very bizarre journey with him. But anyway, the episode starts with this car chase where the Batmobile is chasing this car. It starts very somber and very there's no real introduction to what's happening here. We just see these bad guys running away from the Batman in a car, and Batman is following them right behind. He's on their tail with the Batmobile chasing them. They go through an alley, and Batman is touching the walls of this alley with the Batmobile. So it's a very high speed chase, right? So in the end of the chase, these bad guys, they enter a building and Batman follows them again. He enters in this building as well by the window of it. And again, there's no dialogue in this beginning. It's very cool, this somber and straight to the point way that the episode starts. And inside the building, which looks like a deposit, Batman suddenly is attacked, maybe, by a machine, or at least a machine falls over him. And after that, we cut to him waking up on his house in his manor with Alfred serving him the breakfast. So all of a sudden, he realizes that he's not in the chase anymore, and he thinks that someone brought him home after he was caught by the bad guys. He asks Alfred if it was Robin, and Robin doesn't really know who he's talking about. Who is Robin? He also, Bruce, he goes out to the manor, and the strange thing is that things don't seem to be very normal after the whole episode of the chase thing. Then he tries to enter the Batcave through the entrance, the secret entrance that is behind the clock on the manor, and the entrance doesn't work. So he asks Alfred, wow, where's the entrance? Where's the entrance to the Batcave? And Alfred doesn't know what he's talking about. So then we get to the shock of the first shock moment of this episode where the parents of Bruce Wayne show up to him alive and well. Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne, they show up to him in the living room, and he gets very scared. Then after that, Bruce starts washing his face on the kitchen, and his father again tries to talk to him. And Bruce is very confused. He doesn't know if he's feeling well, what's going on. And he talks very casually with his father, Thomas Wayne, and just can't really make what is this whole thing happening. His parents are alive. It doesn't seem to have any sign of his old life. I mean, his Batman life and the death of his parents. Then Bruce asks Alfred to talk about his own life to him. I mean, almost like a story, right? He says it's a strange request, but he asks Alfred to tell the story of his life back to him. So then he just tells that Bruce is this billionaire guy who inherited the Wayne Company and has business with Lucius Fox. And also he's about to get married with none other than Selina Kyle. Selina Kyle, the Catwoman, as we know, right? And even so, Bruce is very confused because he remembers his old life, right? Then we go to the Wayne Industries in the Bruce Wayne's office, and he's thinking. Then Selina Kyle enters the office, and again, she enters like a regular person. It doesn't seem to have to be any sign of her double identity, right? So Bruce starts to make questions to her because he just doesn't look well, and he tells her that he feels like he's living the life of another person. Then all of a sudden she says Batman, and he gets scared. But actually what she's talking about is that Batman is swinging outside the building, and Bruce just sees him passing by with his rope. So he starts running down to leave the company and chase Batman on the streets. And we have this very cool scene of Batman chasing some criminals. And Bruce Wayne is going to watch the whole thing, but he's going to watch Batman like another person, right? Right in front of him, catching these criminals. And it really, really makes him even more confused and extremely stressed about it, right? So this is it. This is the episode. This huge, strange reality that even us don't even know or don't really know what's happening. Why Bruce Wayne is living a regular life, and in this life there is a Batman, but it's not him. It's really crazy, and this is one of the episodes that I also didn't watch as a child. For some reason, I skipped these episodes in my morning TV channel that broadcasts Batman the Animated Series. So I just watched this episode back when I watch it for the first time, actually, when I bought the DVD the DVD set, right? Box set of Batman the Animated Series, and I saw this episode for the first time, and I was loving it. I was like really intrigued by this plot, and thinking, what the hell is going on? Because there's no real clues to what's happening, except for what we are watching, from what the story is presenting us, right? So we follow Bruce in this journey, in this plot of confusion, along with him, because we also don't have any uh, previous knowledge of anything that might have caused this. Maybe there's some illusion thing going on, but again, we cannot be sure. Just like the character, he visits his doctor, his psychologist, actually, right? Dr. Leslie Tompkins, and she evaluates him and tells him that he might have been suffering from a desire to do something great in his life, because he had this everything he wanted in his life, he always had served as in a tray, right? Because his rich parents always gave him everything, gave him the life that he wanted. There were no struggles or difficulties in his life, so he is suffering from a desire to see himself as Batman, or seeing himself in the life of another character, especially a character that achieves so many great things in life by fighting criminality, right? And that's it. He's just suffering from this delusion for a moment. It could be momentary, right? That's what she says. But then he accepts that reality, and he feels at ease, finally. He feels in peace with this new reality. He goes back to his home and hugs his father. He also makes a joke to Alfred about the entrance of the Batcave, and Alfred gets happy to see him finally calm and relaxed again. And then all of a sudden, Bruce opens this newspaper to see the news, and he can't read the letters. All the letters are, inverted, or, in a strange pattern that is not the pattern that we can, that he can read, right? Or it's possible to read something. So again, he gets distressed and really nervous, and he starts to destroy his own living room, throwing books around, almost like Tommy Wiseau in the room. But then his parents show up to help him, and now he feels, now he fights them back, saying, "You're not real, it's not possible." Then he goes to another room where he sees the evening news talking about Batman, and again, he gets really, really furious and throws a statue into the TV and destroys the TV set. And he leaves the house and runs away from his parents, saying he's going to find out what the hell is going on, because this is not real. He returned to the idea of not accepting what is going on. And let me tell you, we are 13 minutes into the episode, and we still don't know what's happening as well. There's no clues except that little hint of the letters that he couldn't read, but we also don't know why he couldn't read that for now. It will be explained later. But besides that, there's no clues for what's happening as well. And we also, as viewers, get very frustrated and very on the edge to know what's going on. It's a very, very adult plot right here. It's not one of the fun episodes. It's a very intriguing, mysterious, and kind of somber episode where we see Bruce Wayne on the edge of his own mind control, right? He just can't understand what's happening. Then he goes to a store to buy some ropes and things that he would use as Batman. Then the cops show up to try to take him back home because his parents called them. But then he starts to run away, and he starts to climb the building walls like Batman, and the cops get very impressed by his abilities, right? So which is kind of strange. I will explain later why I think this is not this shouldn't be happening in the logic of the episode. But anyway, he arrives at a graveyard, a very dark graveyard, and again the sign of the graveyard with the name of the graveyard is also with the letters scrambled, just like the newspaper and all that stuff. So Bruce jumps over the wall of the cemetery and runs inside the thing. Then he finds this chapel in the middle of the place, and he tosses his rope up until a bell tower of the chapel. Again, he is still being chased by the cops, so he gets to a place where they cannot reach him. So he climbs the chapel and climbs into the bell tower. So then we have this very atmospheric scene, because the sky is full of lightnings and thunders, and is very atmospheric in the sense that this has become a kind of a nightmarish reality for Bruce, right? He screams into the night or shouts into the night, calling someone, saying, "I'm here, come face me." And none other than Batman shows up into the bell tower as well, and they finally face each other, Bruce and Batman, as two different people. So this is why this episode is fascinating, right? Putting this character in this situation, and then both start to fight, which is great, amazing. And we still don't know what the hell is going on. That's awesome. You know, this is why this episode is so good, because he keeps us on the edge. We are just like the character, very nervous and distressed about the whole thing. And then they start to talk, and Bruce says that he realizes this whole thing is a dream, is not real, because in a dream, we are not able to read words, actual words or letters, right? He says that the capability of reading is in the right side of the brain, but the capability of dream is on the left side of the brain, so we cannot read letters in a dream. So this is where he figure out that the whole thing is an illusion or a dream. Then, again, they start to fight, and Bruce Wayne starts to win the fight, and then he's going to remove the cowl of Batman to finally reveal who is behind this whole plot. And he does that. Not yet. They're still fighting. Actually. But he's going to do it. He's about to do it now. So he removes the cowl of the Batman, and is not Bruce Wayne underneath it. He is the Mad Hatter, Jarvis Tech. So Jarvis Tech was the one responsible for this whole illusion, right? And he starts to say that, the Mad Hatter starts to explain that he puts Batman over a machine that made him dream. Not only made him dream, but also made him dream about anything he wanted, just to stay outside of the real world, right? So it was a plan of the Mad Hatter to put him, to actually take Batman out of his life and give him whatever illusion he wanted to dream. And Bruce Wayne doesn't like that, right? Because again, it's on an illusion. So the whole thing of the beginning of the episode with the chase and the Batmobile, then he enters the deposit building and gets attacked by a machine. It was a machine of the Mad Hatter to make him dream. So there you go. This is the secret. And this is a kind of a plot that is similar to another episode in Justice League Unlimited with Superman, right? Superman is also caught in an illusion trap that makes him dream about a life that he never had, where Krypton never exploded, right? So we have a very similar plot happening with Clark Kent, and we're going to see this in the future, right? Hopefully I can also comment that episode in the future. But anyway, Bruce struggles with the idea of this whole thing being a dream, and he tries to figure out how he can escape from this, because it's a prison from the Mad Hatter, right? And by the way, this is an episode that is about 2 or 3 episodes after the first introduction of the Mad Hatter. So it's kind of funny that you're right. He's already out of Arkham and doing his bad deeds outside of the place. But anyway, so Bruce figures out that there's only one way to escape the dream, that is to really, really end his own life. So he jumps off the bell tower in the dream, which is very, it's done so gracefully, even though it's a very dark idea. It's done in a very poetic way, I don't know, because he jumps off the bell tower, but we don't actually see what happens. We just see that he did, and we understand what he did, right? He basically ended his own life to be able to escape the dream. So Batman wakes up back on the place we were in the beginning of the episode, where he was attacked by this machine, and he wakes up in the bed with the machine over his head, and he is able to escape the trap of the Mad Hatter. Then he arrests the Mad Hatter, takes him into the prison, and the Mad Hatter explains again that he did all of that just to keep Batman out of his life, to give him the ideal life, just to keep him out of his own life. And in the end, Commissioner Gordon asks, what the hell is this device, right? This machine. And Batman says, this is the machine where dreams are made of. Very, very good sentence or great line to finish this episode. And there you go. One of the best episodes in the series, Perchance to Dream. Thank you so much if you are watching this content, watching my videos of Batman the Animated Series commentary. If you are liking the channel, liking these videos, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep talking about Batman and DC Universe in the future. See you in the next Bat video, and bye-bye.